So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tom Yang. I lead the Dynamics customer service business here at Microsoft from a sales perspective. And for this particular session, the question was, what can you do in 20 minutes? But for this, especially, is focusing on a couple of technologies, but how they blend together. Customer service, which we all kind of know from Dynamics, but also customer insights. I'm curious, by show of hands, how many people are familiar with Dynamics Customer Insights, the product? A fair number of you. Okay, good. You guys have kind of seen how it works and things like that? Good. So what I'll really focus on is how those, of course, not necessarily interplay, that's not the right word, but how we use the information that we're gleaning from customer insights in a customer service scenario. Now, I only have one slide, so thankfully that's good. Some of you guys in the earlier session have seen this, so I'll go through it real quick. But the whole point here is, especially when we're talking about using all this data that we're aggregating from across systems, we have to be able to use it throughout our organization. And this whole thing is, when we generally think about customer service, we think about a contact center, which is absolutely true, right? The butts and seats model, who's answering my phone, who's answering my emails. But just as important is, especially in those organizations that have a face-to-face component, we have to think about that as well, right? My excellent customer service doesn't just start and stop from a phone call. But if I walk into a branch or a location, it's the same amount of service, it's the same experience. And then finally, the back office. How do we really use all of this information that we have on the customer to serve them better? That's it. That's the only slide that I have. Very rare for a Microsoft guy, right? But what I want to do a little bit was kind of articulate, if I could. I'm going to go to a pin here. Just the concept of customer insights. Again, if you guys know this, absolutely great. But let's go ahead and draw through it a little bit. What are we trying to do with customer insights? And actually, maybe I'll share a story here. And those of you who know me from the morning session know I'm pretty interactive, so I'll pick on you. By show of hands, how many people here have a connected mattress? I'm not making that up, but a mattress with sensors in it. One person. All right, great. We'll hold the questions. I'm sure everybody's like, what does that mean? But that's the thing. A connected mattress is a mattress with sensors in it, because what do people want today? People want data. I want to wake up and know what posture did I sleep in, what was my body temperature, how many times did I wake up, all of that jazz, right? One of the organizations that we work with manufactures these smart mattresses. Now, their challenge in differentiating themselves is, what's the differentiation? I mean, if you sell a mattress, what is your differentiation? Just by people shouting out, any thoughts there? What do you think they differentiate themselves on? What's that? Customer service? That's one good guess, since that's who I am, but sure. Yeah. What's that? Or I thought you were raising your hand. Oh. Are you being healthy? That's great. So it is service, but that's actually more closer. So they're saying, look, you can buy a mattress from manufacturer A, manufacturer B, manufacturer C. What's the difference? And again, price, customer service is. But they're saying, if we can reinvent ourselves and tell our customers, you're not just buying a mattress, you're buying a good night's sleep. That's their thing. We're selling you great sleep. Now, is that easy to achieve? No, not really. But thus comes in all the data that they need, right? To deliver a great sleep, they need to know as much about you as possible. Thus these connected mattresses. Because when they have the data on your sleep patterns, on how well you've slept, on the postures and all of that, they can start to help you understand and almost advise you. These guys kind of remember that whole advice thing from this morning? Almost advise you on how to get better sleep. You know what? Hey, John, making this up, but in your fitness tracker last night, you logged that you had 6 shots of tequila and 3 shots of whiskey. First of all, don't mix. Was that some folks around here last night, happy hour? And as a result, we noticed that when you went to sleep last night, your sleep score was very low. So you know what? Maybe just have 9 shots of just whiskey, or 9 shots of just one thing, or no shots at all, right? But that's where they're trying to get to, is to say, how do we provide that good experience? Just by show of hands, do you think that's a good service? Would you sign up for that service? I know people are still a little bit iffy on the sleep part. How much data do you have on me? But that's where they're trying to get to from a differentiation perspective. The reason that I'm saying this to you is, in their world, they were hugely challenged with these data silos, which is what Customer Insights is addressing, right? As an example, they have one system that was their CRM. They have another system where the bed information, the mattress information came in on, and the third system was commerce. How much money you spent, right? What mattresses you bought. Well, those systems being disconnected means that when you call in, they're looking in their CRM, but guess what? They have no idea what mattresses you bought. And they also have no idea what your sleep score was. So how do they provide you then a good, exceptional service? They can't. So their whole thing was, how do we easily connect all these different data sources together, right? So that we can actually give you that service. So again, hopefully this is familiar to some of you guys, but the articulation of customer insights is you could have as many of these data sources as you want. And you're going to get some Tom Yang chicken scratch here, that's okay. Internal and external. Because we're saying also, the information that you have internally on a customer is great. That's your systems like your SQL databases, right? Your mailing list, your CRMs. But what about external? Because maybe you have data sources from your partners, from your distributors. These guys sell mattresses through multiple distributors. That's external data. But also, yet again, what about proprietary data that you can map? So for example, Microsoft, and all search engines do this, but as you utilize search engines, we're collecting data on you, right? We're collecting data about your demographics, about your preferences. So as you search on Bing or Google or what else exists? Yahoo, does that even exist? Razorfish, those are the only two that I know of. But as you use those, it's collecting and saying, hey, this person is potentially male, potentially between the ages of 25 and 40, right, living in Redmond, and he's searching for Maseratis and Porsches and Jeeps, and that starts to build a preference profile. The reason this is important is this is now information that you guys can leverage, especially if you're in B2C, especially if you're in retail or retail banking or things like that, to say, what are the affinities that my customers have? Look, I know that I have a certain population of users who are super users or super purchasers, right? They spend the most money on my products. Can I look at what affinities they have? And maybe you realize, you know what, these top spenders, and I'm sticking with a retail scenario here, but these top spenders have an affinity to, again, I'm making this up, Coach bags or Louis Vuitton. But that gives you another way to target your customers, if you will, right? Because now you can start to look for other people who have an affinity for Louis Vuitton. Does that kind of make sense at a very high level? But it's not only using the data that you have, it's also using all of this soft data that is being collected on the behalf. So all these different data sources are coming in. Now we need another place to basically aggregate them all, right? And this is basically what Customer Insights allows you to do. That whole virtuous cycle, if you will, of, do you guys remember the 3 M's? Map, match, merge? All right, you guys got to pay more attention. But that's basically what it is, right? We have all these different data sources. Now we've got to map the data together, match it up, and then merge it. Who here has done data integrations or data warehousing before? You guys know this painfully well, right? All right, I could have a data source here that has a record for Tom Yang, and I might be Tom Yang, but I might then be Mr. Tom Yang here. I might be Tom Yang Esquire here. I would love to have that as an appendix by the name, it sounds cool. But does that make sense? All these different things, but the question is, how do we have a single tool that allows us to easily pull this together? That's kind of the customer insights piece. Now, once we have that data built together, we then need to do sort of, we call it churn, or not churn, but analytics on that to look at things like churn. Look, if I've taken 30 systems worth of information and I've put it into a single place, guess what? I can now start to do things like churn, right? If I can look across your unified record, I can see, are you likely to churn? Because now I know, how many cases did you have? In that bed example, that mattress example, what they're looking for in some of these segments are things like, if this person has spent over $10,000, but has had multiple cases submitted and has a sleep score that's less than 50, that's a good indication of churn, right? Because they spent a lot of money, they have a lot of issues with the product, and they're not getting good sleep. Does that kind of make sense? And of course, extrapolate that for any of your industries and organizations, but that's the brunt of it. How do we take this data and harvest all this information? Because now we can be proactive. Guess what? And within the bounds of privacy, of course, right? But in that example, if you said, yes, you can have my information, the best outcome would be if you had too much to drink, you had a horrible night's sleep, and then the next morning you got a text message or an email and said, we noticed you had a bad sleep. Here are 3 tips on improving your sleep. That's good customer service. That's a good experience because they're using the data that you shared with them to proactively help make the service better. The whole sleep thing I know is a little bit odd because it's I think most people have a little bit of a privacy thing with it, but does that kind of make sense at a high level? Extrapolate this to any other product. Maybe I'll stop using beds as an example. But the key for us, and why I kind of tie this into customer service, is all this stuff that we are doing is allowing us to provide excellent service to our customers, because part of the biggest challenge in customer service is just having the agents and having the people on the ground get access to that information, right? I mean, how many times, and I'll do a show of hands here, how many of you guys are from or work in a customer service or contact center organization? Many of you. So you know one of the biggest challenges, of course, is finding that data. How many data sources do I have to look across? Maybe I have to open up 12 different applications on 4 different screens, right? The stereotypical agent that you see in a movie, a lot of that is true. You have no idea. You walk into a contact center and they have 3 massive screens in front of them. For what? Because of all the applications they have to deal with, right? So if we can start to unify that information, but again, take that information out of just the contact center. Because if you arm your contact center agents with that information, but somebody walks into a branch or a location, they still expect the same level of service, right? So now we're saying we need to take all this data and to provide it in a way that makes sense to everybody in your organization who deals with customers. Let's take a quick look, and you guys might have seen this before. I'll pop over here. One of the customers that we use as examples is Tivoli. How many people have seen the Tivoli example? Oh wow, just a couple. Okay, that's good. Let's use that. So Tivoli is, anybody know what they are? Theme park. They're a theme park in Copenhagen, I believe, yeah? And so, anybody here from Tivoli? You visited, okay, all right. Because then I would just have you come up and tell your own story. But what they said was the same thing. They have so many data sources across so many of these, but for Tivoli, it's not just the contact center. Think about it, you're a theme park. And if you don't know Tivoli, just think about Disneyland. Same thing, right? You have a lot of people who are interacting with your customers, in many instances, children or families, right? But you have them interacting face-to-face with these people. So you cannot simply say, I'm just going to surface all that information only in my agent's interface. You've got to have this, perhaps on handhelds, right? If I'm walking around interacting with you, let's say you're a customer at Tivoli, I've got to be able to see your information here and pull it up, right? And get that information in front of me. So does that make sense? We're extending all this information to all parts of the business, like face-to-face, right? Like the people that you have doing business. But as you can see, it's the importance of finding everything that we need to do about some of these people. So for example, let's imagine, where's my mouse? Let's imagine that I'm walking around in the park, and of course you can tell, this is Power BI. So normally we would wrap certain elements of this data into Dynamics or into Power Apps. But the point here being that it's the data that we're aggregating together, right? This is being pulled from multiple systems. And the reason we bring it up in customer service is, guess what? This is a better service experience when I have all the information in front of me about the customer. Because I have no doubt how much money Victoria spent. And actually, that gives me a pretty good idea. At $5,500 of lifetime spend, she's probably one of our VIPs, right? I don't know about you, but I haven't really spent thousands and thousands on a theme park. But that's the whole thing, is now I'm armed with the information to serve them appropriately. And this is just the beginning, because you talk about intelligence. This is where we can make sure that Victoria gets first access to all of our newest rides, right? Gets routed accordingly when she calls in or texts in, because we know what a VIP she is. Does that kind of make sense? This is now where we can craft a whole journey for her based on all this information that we know about her. At the same time, we can also be proactive about the other side of the coin, which is oftentimes overlooked. And I'll flip over to here, this is an example of a person who we actually really want to pay attention to, because he is very likely to churn. And you guys might not be able to read that, but it says a churn score of 96. Just to kind of level set, churn is basically how likely they are to leave your service and your product, right? So as an organization, a lot of times we're reactive, because we say, okay, somebody's likely to churn, well, what are we going to do about it? Do we even know that they're going to churn? Things like that. But now this is the ability to say, every time we interact with Niels and we know that Niels is about to churn, guess what? I might put extra emphasis on providing good service to Niels to try and turn him from a customer who's going to churn to a customer who's going to stay. Does that kind of make sense? Kind of expected, right? I mean, if you would hope that organizations you work with know when you're unhappy and for what reason, and try to rectify that. But a lot of this just comes back to, how do I have this data? How do I have this information that I can use across my service teams? Let me pause there real quick. Does that make sense so far for folks? Okay. Any questions? It's pretty informal, so. No? Okay, good. So the last piece that I'll kind of talk about is, this here that we looked at was an example of surfacing this information through Power BI. But really, the tail end of our drawing is in all the different boxes that we can put this data through. So for example, if I'm an agent, I might want a subset of that data to be surfaced in my agent console, right? Again, somebody calls in, Tom calls in, here's Tom's information. You might need a different set of information for people who's doing face-to-face service. Maybe they're using a Power App, but they're surfacing another subset of that information, right? And maybe you have, proactive or even third parties having access to that data to yet again provide service there. So it's basically the ability to use all this data and surface it wherever your people need it, right? Whenever they need it, however they need it. All right, this is again, 20-minute power session. Does that kind of make sense at a high level, just in applicability and overlap here? Okay, good. On that note, I'll actually end there. Thank you guys very much for the time, and enjoy the rest of MBAS here. So, thanks.